Hello Vinyl community, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. This video I'm going to enter a contest and it's for Jacob at New Sounds and Old. Jacob, a longtime member of the VC, he's been involved with the vinyl community for several years now, I believe, or at least a couple of years. And with the start of 2021, he kind of relaunched and rebranded his channel. Previously, it was known as Moen Rock, named after the town where he's from, Moen in Denmark, and he rebranded it to A New Sounds and Old. So Jacob, a very good friend of mine in the VC, like I mentioned, he's from Denmark, and this contest I didn't want to miss, so I'm hopping aboard and jumping into the contest here. Pretty straightforward. It's just following the suit of his new channel name, A New Sounds and Old. So Jacob wants us to show something new, a new album, and something old. So an older album. And I thought it'd be really straightforward until I started thinking about it. Now that a new albums jumped at me pretty quickly, but something old, being that there's decades and decades of recorded music, that was a little more challenging, narrowing it down to a single album. And I kind of tried to go the route of finding something that I thought maybe Jacob would enjoy that maybe he's not familiar with. Although I'm not sure if that's the case, because Jacob has a great knowledge of music. He very much into classical and jazz and world music, African. He's just got a great knowledge. He's introduced me and the VC a lot of Danish artists. So great knowledge of music. So to get started here, show a new album. And this one jumped out to me pretty quickly, being that I got this for Christmas a few weeks ago from a good friend of mine in the VC, John, at the Digital Gramophone. He sent me, this is the kit, and their 2020 album, Off, Off, On. I'm pretty sure this was a new find for him as well in 2020. And he liked this album so much that it made his top 10 end of the year list for 2020. And he was kind enough to send me a copy for Christmas. So thank you again, John. I really do love this album. It's great. This is the kit. I think it's their 5th album. And it's really, all the songs are kind of written by this woman, Kate Stables. I believe from what I was reading that the band is based in Paris, but they're from the UK. But this is kind of folk rock with some like horns and classical instruments introduced in there, like the bassoon and horns. Really, really good. Something I probably would not have come across if it weren't for the VC and John specifically. So this is the inner sleeve, and this copy happens to be on some translucent red vinyl there. So, very good album. Folk rock, like I mentioned. Great feel to it. This was recorded in March, which was really when the pandemic was really coming on strong, and really everyone was kind of shutting down. And it's real surprising that they were able to record an album like this, because it just has a positive feel to it. It's kind of upbeat, and for as isolated and down everyone was feeling around this time, like I said, it just has this kind of positive and upbeat feeling to it. Great use of banjo. Really gives a good feel to the songs that it's played in. I believe it's Kate Stables that plays the banjo. Just the fact that it has horns and like bassoon and such, really, really great. One of the first things that I noticed when I was reading about this album is that it was recorded at Real World Studios, and Real World Studios is Peter Gabriel's studio. So that was a little connection for me, being a big fan of Peter Gabriel, that I didn't miss when I was looking at this album. So so this is the new album. This is the kit, off on. Check it out. And now, something old. So, like I said, it was hard to single out an album here based on all the albums in all of history. So, I landed on this, and it's Rudda and Dajtaya by Keith Jarrett and Jack DeJohnette on ECM Records. This album was recorded in 1971 and was released in 1973. Actually, January 1st, 1973. So it's got that New Year's connection to this contest because Jacob launched his channel on New Year's Day. So that was a little bit of a coincidence. So it's a duo album, Jack DeJohnette and Keith Jarrett. So Keith Jarrett on piano, electric piano, organ, and flute, and then Jack DeJohnette handling drums and percussion. I think this whole album is great. The songs I really like are the ones that Keith Jarrett plays more of electric organ and such on it. It's got a similar vibe to like Bitches Brew, Miles Davis Bitches Brew. But also the piano bass and acoustic bass songs are good too. Jack plays a lot of hand percussion, which is very interesting. But yeah, really cool album. So Jacob, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this album, but definitely one to check out. Like I said, it's on ECM there. And I'm sure you're familiar with both Jack DeJohnette and Keith Jarrett. But definitely a enjoyable album here. So that's it. That's my old album. That's gonna do it. Everybody, if you aren't familiar with Jacob, the link to his channel is down below. I highly recommend you check him out, give him a shot. Great guy, like I said, great taste in music, and I think you'll like what he shows and what he talks about, so check him out. Still a couple weeks, I think, to enter this contest if you want to jump on board and support Jacob. So yeah, that's going to do it. Everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Take care now.